American automobile manufacturer Dodge has always impressed since producing the Dodge 4035 two-door Roadster in 1914. Its market size stretches beyond the United States, as it has a vast customer base in South America, Africa, the Middle East, Europe, and some parts of Asia. Whether you're looking for SUVs, minivans, high-performance cars, heavy trucks, or pickup trucks, you can't go wrong with the Dodge. Currently, the American automaker is known for the Dodge Charger full-size car, the Dodge Durango mid-size SUV, the Dodge Journey compact crossover, and the Dodge Attitude sedan, among many other terrific models. Even better, the car manufacturer, as revealed by its president and CEO Timothy Kuniskis, plans to unveil some dominant models for the year 2026. These models will surely shock the world if they ever come to fruition. Let's explore the top 5. 1. 2026 Dodge Durango. The Durango has always been Dodge's reference point in the mid-size SUV category. Despite the rumors that this legendary crossover would finally be put to rest, it seems it won't be anytime soon, as we expect it to launch for the 2026 edition. The difference is that we expect a newly redesigned Durango, and according to AutoEvolution.com, it could be a 4th generation. The 2026 Dodge Durango will ride on the new STLA large platform, which means we could see an EV version alongside options with an internal combustion engine. Mark you, the STLA large platform is also the same platform employed by the new generation Maserati Levante and Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Rumors have it that Dodge will make the Durango at the Windsor assembly, where it also produces the Dodge Charger, which I'll review later. If so, the Durango EV could echo the Charger's 110.5 kWh battery pack and power output. Speaking of power output, the entry-level Durango could mirror the Charger's 456 horsepower, which equals 340 kW, and 404 pound-feet of torque, which equals 547 Nm. The most powerful trim, however, will produce up to 630 horsepower, or 470 watts, and a torque of 627 pound-feet, or 849 Nm. But still, we can't rule out the possibility of a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline 6 Hurricane engine, which delivers a maximum output of 420 or 550 horsepower. In terms of appearance, we expect it to flaunt a sporty look characterized by a muscular hood. It is likely to feature a new front fascia, grille, and headlights. The rear end will most likely be revamped to complement the front end. However, it should maintain its robust styling and iconic Durango aesthetics. Internally, we expect the 2026 Durango to undergo a complete overhaul. It will feature a standard 8.4-inch central display, upgradable to at least 10.1 inches, and a standard 6-speaker Alpine stereo system, upgradable to a 9-speaker option. We also expect the infotainment system to allow CarPlay and Android Auto integrations. 2. 2026 Dodge Magnum. We expect Dodge Magnum to make a solid comeback in 2026 after a short stint between 2005 and 2008. The station wagon has been in the cold for over 16 years, and so most of its fans have likely forgotten about it. Overall, the automotive terrain has evolved a lot since the Magnum departed from the automobile scene in 2008, and that means it might not be what we envisioned it to be then. Like the Durango, it will be available in combustion engine and electric versions. Aesthetically, we expect the 2026 Magnum to have a muscular exterior and a front R-wing that mirrors the iconic Charger Daytona. The R-wing's essence is to improve the aerodynamics and efficiency. We also expect this station wagon to have slimmer headlights and LED rear lights centered around its backlit logo. The 2026 Dodge Magnum will likely have a wide body stance to give it more presence and a sizable rear quarter to give it an aggressive profile. An optional glass roof and reworked rear bumper should also be available. Meanwhile, its cabin will be inspired by the Charger's driver-centered interior. We expect it to feature at least a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen, a 16-inch instrument panel, and adjustable ambient lighting. Regarding the powertrain, we expect the gas-powered Dodge Magnum to be available with a 550 horsepower 6-spark HO engine or a 420 horsepower 6-spark SO engine. However, the 6-spark HR is not the most potent powertrain. That recognition belongs to the Magnum EV, which we expect to curve up to 670 horsepower, that translates to 500 kilowatts. Considering such specifications, the 2026 Dodge Magnum will likely compete with the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo, BMW M5 Wagon, and Audi A6 Avant. Wait a minute, I know you're enjoying this video. What about you give me a thumbs up by liking it? Then subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay informed on our latest epic videos. Let's continue. 3. 2026 Dodge Charger. The Dodge Charger is a muscle car available as a 4-door sedan or a 2-door fastback coupe. Interestingly, the Hemi V8 engine is out, and the twin-turbo inline-six 420 horsepower or 550 horsepower engine with a standard all-wheel drive system is in, as we expect retro themes on the interior and exterior. Its tech includes a standard 10.3-inch instrument display upgradable to 16 inches and a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen for your multimedia experience. The infotainment screen allows Alexa, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay integration. We expect the Charger to feature standard driver assistance features such as lane centering, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, traffic sign recognition, lane departure warning, automatic emergency braking, and pedestrian detection. Appearance-wise, the 2026 Dodge will have a sleeker new look. We expect it to be redesigned in 2025 but to maintain the most vintage aesthetics, which we expect it to carry over to 2026. Regarding the powertrain options, we expect an electric Charger Daytona alongside gas-powered variants like the Magnum. At launch, it will be offered in standard output and high output configurations. The 6-pack standard output will deliver up to 420 horsepower. In comparison, the high output configuration will churn out 130 horsepower more, bringing the punch to 550 horsepower. Due to a liftback design instead of a traditional trunk, we expect a generous cargo room. Everything else ticks the boxes, making it an excellent choice for small families. 4. 2026 Dodge Grand Caravan. The Dodge Grand Caravan minivan is making a grand comeback in 2026, having briefly left the scene in 2020. We expect the 2026 edition to come with better specs and updates that will allow families looking for a sizable hauler and a practical one. Starting with the wheelbase, we expect it to be longer than the original with a traditional MPV profile to offer more room for the passengers and cargo. We expect aerodynamic styling at the front and rear ends to give it a slight speed advantage. The rear bumper will be revamped to give it a fresher and modern look. According to Evolution.com, the 2026 Dodge Grand Caravan could resemble the Dodge Charger in the powertrain, where it comes either as a 420 horsepower or 550 horsepower gas option and a 670 horsepower EV variant. We expect Dodge to equip it with more advanced driver assistance technologies. The previous 2020 model only had standard safety features like stability control, airbags, tire pressure monitoring, rear seat child lock, and traffic control. However, we expect more than that come 2026. We equally expect a massive update to its infotainment system. The 2020 edition only had a substandard 5.5-inch touch display, AM/FM stereo, and MP3 player. There was no Android Auto, CarPlay, or Alexa, but we expect them to feature in the 2026 Dodge Grand Caravan. Furthermore, we expect its ride quality to improve for a more relaxed cruising experience. 5. 2026 Dodge Stealth. For years, many Dodge SUV fans have been yearning for a model that can compete with the rest of the pack in appearance and performance. Sadly, the Durango hasn't hit all the marks for most of them. So, Most of these people believe that the Stealth is the Dodge's replacement, even though the Durango hasn't entirely exited the market. As I mentioned earlier, we at least expect its 2026 model. No one knows what could happen after that. Perhaps Dodge could finally retire it. The Stealth is expected to launch as an SUV as a 2025 model for the first time and then carry over to 2026. Note that the Stealth name isn't new. You could trace it back to the 1990s when it was a sports car. However, the next generation Stealth is not a sports car but an SUV, and a dominant one. We expect the 2026 Dodge Stealth to be available as a 3-row SUV, which makes it a fantastic family choice. We also suppose it will employ the WL platform, similar to the Grand Cherokee L. There are suggestions, however, that it could still feature Dodge's STLA platform, and if that happens, we can expect at least a hybrid on its lineup. In terms of outward appearance, we expect the 2026 Dodge Stealth to have a sportier, modern look. As for its powertrain, we expect at least a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-6 Hurricane engine, which will be better than the original Stealth's twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine. Price-wise, we expect the 2026 Dodge Stealth to cost around $40,000, which is the projected starting price for the 2025 edition as suggested by MotorTrend.com. There you have it. Those are the 5 new 2026 car models we expect from Dodge. As we wait for them to hit the showrooms and take over the entire car industry, here is another video on Jaguar 5 new 2025 models that you'll equally enjoy watching. See you there.